Most of us have been to Dollar Tree enough times that we've stopped really looking. You grab what you need, some gift wrap, a few greeting cards, maybe some cleaning supplies, and you're out. The assumption most people carry in with them is that everything in there is basically disposable. Buy it, use it for a year, replace it. That's the deal, right? That's the deal, right? Wrong. That is just plain wrong. There are things sitting on those shelves right now that will still be going strong 20, 30 years from now. Things made of glass, steel, and cast iron. Things that professional cooks and crafters and homemakers have been quietly picking up there for years without saying a word. And the people who know, they are not stopping to point them out to you. So today, we're counting down $16 tree buys that are genuinely built to last decades, and most shoppers walk right past every single one of them. Stick with me for number one, because that one tends to get people. It's the last thing anyone expects to find at a dollar store, and it's the one that will probably make you turn around and go back this week. Before we get into it, if nobody has been telling you this kind of stuff and you want more of it, tap the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. And drop a comment right now. What do you already pick up at Dollar Tree on a regular basis? I'm genuinely curious because this community always surprises me with what they've found in there. Number 16, reading glass frames. Now this one works if you've got a prescription that's stable and you're just using readers for everyday tasks. Reading a menu, checking your phone, that kind of thing. Dollar Tree carries reading glasses in multiple magnifications. The lenses are basic, but the frames themselves, particularly the metal ones, are solid. Thin metal, hinged arms, no plastic flex that's going to snap in 6 months. People who keep a pair in every room or every bag go through a lot of readers, and paying $8 to $12 a pair from a pharmacy rack 4 or 5 times a year adds up to real money. These hold up. They really hold up. The metal doesn't corrode, the hinges keep working, and if you drop them, they don't shatter. For what they're doing, sitting on your face while you read, they do the job for years. Number 15, glass bud vases and small mirrors. Glass doesn't expire. That is the whole point. That's the whole point, the absolute point. A quick handheld pan across a shelf of various glass vases and small mirrors. Casual handheld composition. It's not going to fade, it's not going to warp, it's not going to peel. People spend $15 to $30 on these same shapes at home decor stores and the material is identical. Clear glass is clear glass. A bud vase you pick up there will look exactly the same in 20 years as it does on the day you buy it, as long as you don't drop it. Same with small framed mirrors. The glass is tempered, the frame is basic but functional, and if you're putting it in a bathroom or a hallway, it will just quietly do its job for as long as you want it to. Number 14, aluminum baking pans. These are not the flimsy foil pans. Dollar Tree carries actual aluminum pans, the kind with some weight to them, real sides, real structure. Aluminum doesn't rust, it doesn't corrode, and if you treat it right, it lasts essentially forever. Restaurant kitchens use aluminum pans that are decades old because aluminum simply doesn't break down the way other metals do. Now, you're not getting a heavy gauge commercial pan here, but for everyday baking, sheet cookies, roasting vegetables, reheating leftovers, these are completely solid. I've had a few of these in my own kitchen for years, and they look the same as when I bought them. Hand wash them, skip the harsh scrubbers, and they'll outlast most of the non-stick pans you've ever bought at full price. Number 13, glass bud vases, larger format. Dollar Tree also stocks taller glass vases, the kind you'd put a small bouquet in, or use for a centerpiece, or fill with river rocks and a candle. Same principle as the smaller ones. Glass is a permanent material. It doesn't break down over time. People pay $20 to $40 for these at craft stores, especially around wedding season, and the glass itself is no different from what's sitting on the shelf at Dollar Tree for $1. If you do any entertaining, host holidays, or just like fresh flowers in the house, stocking up on a few of these is one of the easiest wins on this entire list. Number 12, sewing needles and straight pins. Steel is steel. That's really the whole story here. Steel is steel. That's really the whole story here. That's really the whole story here. Really it is. Dollar Tree carries sewing needles and straight pins packaged the same way you'd find them at any fabric or craft store, and the material, hardened steel, doesn't degrade sitting in a drawer. These aren't going to rust if you keep them dry. They're not going to dull from just existing, and a pack of pins you pick up today will work exactly as well in 15 years as they do right now. Craft stores charge $3 to $6 for the same count. If you sew, quilt, do any kind of fabric work, or just need a needle and thread for basic repairs around the house, grabbing these at Dollar Tree is genuinely one of the smartest buys on this list. Small, easy to overlook, and built to last as long as you want them to. Number 11. Scrub brushes with wooden handles. Dollar Tree carries scrub brushes, the kind with a solid wooden handle and stiff natural or synthetic bristles, and people walk right past them because they assume cheap brush equals bristles that fall out in a month. That's not what's happening here. The wooden handle on a well-made scrub brush doesn't crack or warp under normal use. The wooden handle on a well-made scrub brush doesn't crack or warp under normal use, and the bristle block, if it's properly set, stays tight for years. These are the kinds of brushes that used to be in every kitchen and utility sink before the age of disposable plastic sponges. People who grew up watching their grandmothers clean know exactly what these are. They scrub grout and clean vegetable skins. They scrub grout, they get into the corners of pans, they clean vegetable skins, and a good one will outlast a dozen sponges without question. Check the bristle set before you buy. If it feels tight and doesn't shed when you drag your thumb across it, that brush is going to be around for a long time. If it feels tight and doesn't shed when you drag your thumb across it, that brush is going to be around for a long time. Number 10, aluminum foil. This is one people debate, and the debate is mostly about thickness. Dollar Tree's aluminum foil is thinner than the heavy-duty rolls you'd find at a warehouse store, that's fair. But here's what's also true. Aluminum foil as a material does not expire, does not degrade sitting in a box, and a roll of it bought today will work exactly the same way in 10 or 15 years. For standard kitchen tasks, covering dishes, wrapping sandwiches, lining a pan before a big roast, it works fine. And if you buy several rolls at once, which at that price point is easy to do, you're stocking a material that will just sit there ready to go for as long as your kitchen needs it. The roll itself genuinely lasts for a long time. The material lasts and stays functional for years. That makes it a buy worth knowing about. Number 9, cotton dish towels. Pure cotton doesn't wear out quickly. That's why the dish towels your grandmother had are probably still in a drawer somewhere, perfectly functional, decades after she bought them. Dollar Tree carries plain cotton dish towels, usually white or simple striped. And these are the kinds of towels that get better with washing, not worse. The fibers soften, the absorbency increases, and as long as you're not bleaching them into oblivion every week, they hold together for years. People spend $4 to $8 per towel at kitchen stores for the exact same weave and the exact same cotton. A pack of these from Dollar Tree, washed a few times before first use, will dry your dishes and your hands and your counters for a long, long time. I keep a stack of these in my own kitchen and have for years. They are genuinely one of the best things you can pick up in that store. Pause here for a second because I want to ask you something. Had you ever walked into Dollar Tree actually thinking about buying something that was going to last you 20 years? Drop that in the comments, because I think for most of us that's just not the frame we bring in with us, and that's exactly the shift this list is trying to make. The thing about the first half of this list is that most of these items share one quality. They're made of materials that simply don't break down. Glass, steel, aluminum, cotton. The items coming up lean even harder into that same idea, and a few of them are going to surprise you. That includes the durable cast iron items and the long-lasting genuine ceramic, as well as the strong stainless steel. Things that belong in a kitchen that's built to last. sitting on a shelf between the party balloons and the seasonal candy. Stay with me because the next several are the ones people genuinely don't believe until they're holding them. Number 8, cast iron trivets. Cast iron is one of the few materials on Earth that genuinely improves with age. It doesn't corrode under normal conditions, it doesn't crack, it doesn't warp from heat, and a well-made piece of cast iron cookware or bakeware from 100 years ago is still completely usable today. Dollar Tree carries cast iron trivets, the flat decorative pieces you set hot pots and pans on to protect your countertop or table. And what you're getting is the real thing. This is genuine and actual cast iron, the same material people pay serious money for at kitchen specialty stores. A trivet doesn't take any abuse the way a skillet does, so the demands on it are low, and cast iron under low demand lasts essentially forever. Set it on your counter today and your grandchildren will probably still be using it. For $1, that is one of the most remarkable value ratios on this entire list. Number 7, glass storage containers. Plastic storage containers crack, stain, hold odors, and eventually have to go. Glass does none of those things. Dollar Tree carries glass storage containers. Small ones mostly suitable for leftovers, meal prep portions, condiments, and pantry staples. And the glass itself is completely food safe, completely non-porous, and will not absorb smells or colors no matter what you put in it. The lids that come with them are plastic, and those may need replacing over time, that's honest. But what about the glass container itself? That piece is permanent and will not break down. People spend $8 to $15 per container at kitchen stores for the exact same borosilicate or tempered glass. Grab a few of these, replace a lid if you ever need to, and the container underneath it will still be going strong in 30 years. Number 6, stainless steel strainers and utensils are also worth having. Stainless steel, when it's actually stainless, does not rust. It doesn't react with food, it doesn't leach anything, and it holds its shape under heat and pressure essentially indefinitely. Dollar Tree carries small stainless steel strainers, the mesh kind for rinsing berries, draining pasta portions, or sifting dry ingredients. And they also stock basic stainless utensils like slotted spoons and ladles. The gauge isn't heavy commercial, but for home kitchen use it doesn't need to be. The mesh on a strainer either holds or it doesn't, and if it holds through the first month, it's going to hold for years. Same with the utensils. A stainless slotted spoon doing normal work in a home kitchen is not under enough stress to fail. These are pieces that outlast the gadgets, the appliances, and the trends sitting around them on the counter. Number 5, ceramic mixing bowls. Fired ceramic doesn't degrade or wear out. That's why archaeologists are still pulling bowls out of the ground from civilizations that stopped existing 2,000 years ago. The ceramic survived everything else. Dollar Tree carries small ceramic mixing bowls, and while you're not getting a heavy restaurant-grade piece, you are getting fired ceramic, which means it's not going to absorb odors, it's not going to stain permanently, and it's not going to warp or melt or crack under normal kitchen use. Use it for mixing, for serving small portions, for holding prepped ingredients while you cook. Wash it by hand, treat it like any ceramic piece, and it will sit in your kitchen cabinet for decades without changing at all. The ones that chip are usually dropped, and that's true of a $40 bowl just as much as a $1 one. Number 4, cotton rope and natural twine. Natural fiber rope and twine, jute, cotton, sisal, doesn't expire. It doesn't degrade sitting in a storage bin. It doesn't off-gas, and it doesn't lose its strength from simply existing. Dollar Tree carries cotton rope and natural twine in multiple weights, and the uses for this stuff around a house are almost endless. Tying plants to stakes in the garden, bundling things together in your storage, hanging up your lightweight home decor, like wrapping up gifts for your friends, or reinforcing your packages for shipping, doing fun crafts together with the kids. A roll of natural twine bought today will be just as functional in 15 years as it is right now, as long as you keep it dry and out of prolonged direct sunlight. Craft stores charge $3 to $5 for the same footage. This is one of those buys where you stock a few rolls and genuinely never think about it again. It's just there whenever you need it. Number 3, terracotta and plastic planting pots. The terracotta pots Dollar Tree carries are the real deal. Fired clay, porous, exactly what plants want for drainage and root health. Terracotta that doesn't get frozen through or dropped will last for decades. People pay $4 to $10 per pot at garden centers for the same clay, the same size, the same function. And for the plastic nursery-style pots Dollar Tree also stocks, those are UV-stabilized polypropylene in most cases, which means they're designed to sit outside in the sun without cracking or fading for years. If you're a gardener or you're starting to build out a container garden on a porch or patio, loading up on pots here before the season starts is one of the most practical moves you can make. The plants don't know what you paid for the pot. The roots just need the space. Pay attention here because before we get to the final two, and number 1 especially, if this kind of content is useful to you and you want more of it, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. There's a whole channel here built around finding real value in places people have already decided aren't worth a second look. Number 2 and number 1 are coming up, and number 1 in particular tends to stop people cold. It's the buy that makes you want to call someone and tell them about it. Number 2, essential oils. This one surprises people every time. Dollar Tree carries small bottles of essential oils: lavender, eucalyptus, peppermint, tea tree. And the question everyone asks is whether they're the real thing or just fragrance oil with a label slapped on it. The answer depends on the bottle, and here's what to look for. A legitimate essential oil will list the botanical name of the plant on the label. It will be in a dark glass bottle, and it will not feel greasy or leave an oily residue when you put a drop on your skin. The ones at Dollar Tree that meet those criteria are genuine essential oils. And essential oils, stored properly in a cool, dark place, have a shelf life of 2 to 5 years for most varieties, with some, like peppermint and tea tree, staying potent even longer. People spend $8 to $15 per bottle at health stores for the same volume. For cleaning surfaces, freshening laundry, making a simple room spray, or adding to an unscented lotion, these work exactly the same way. The bottle lasts, the oil lasts, and the uses are practically endless around the house. Number 1, name brand products that cycle through. This is the one. And it takes a little explanation because it's not a single product. It's a category, and once you understand it, you'll never shop Dollar Tree the same way again. Dollar Tree receives overstock, closeout, and discontinued items from major brands on a rotating basis. We're talking actual name brands, recognized household names in cleaning, personal care, food, and health. Products that sell for $4, $6, $8 at a regular grocery store or pharmacy, sitting on the Dollar Tree shelf for $1.25 because the manufacturer needed to move inventory and Dollar Tree bought it in bulk. The key word is rotating. These items are not there every week. You will not find the same name brand product on every visit. But if you go in with your eyes open and you actually read the labels instead of defaulting to whatever's at eye level, you will find them. A name brand dish soap, a recognized pain reliever in the exact same formulation sold at the pharmacy for $9, a cleaning spray you've used for years at a fraction of the price. I've personally picked up products in that store that I'd been buying at full price for years without ever questioning it. And the only difference was that Dollar Tree had them that week, and I happened to be paying attention. The strategy here is simple. Don't go in on autopilot. Scan the shelves in the cleaning aisle, the personal care aisle, and the food aisle with fresh eyes every single visit. Check the brand name. Check the formulation. If it's the same product you're already buying somewhere else and it's $1.25, you put it in the cart. You stock what you can store. And you walk out having spent a fraction of what you would have spent anywhere else on the exact same thing. That's not a Dollar Tree hack. That's just paying attention at the right moment. And that's what separates the shoppers who consistently save real money from the ones who don't. So let me ask you this. Which one on this list actually caught you off guard? Was it the cast iron? the glass containers, the essential oils, or was it that last one? Drop it in the comments. I read through them and I genuinely want to know what landed, because people's answers on these lists are always different, and that tells me a lot about what to cover next. And if the idea of finding real value in places you'd already written off sounds like your kind of content, there's another one on this channel about everyday household staples that people dramatically overpay for their entire lives. Search for it or check the card on screen. Worth your time. Now go take another look around that store. You might be walking past something that outlasts everything else in your house.